Hello, Sonoma County. Have you heard of Sebastopol? Do you know where Sebastopol is? You know, it's funny when we work with people that are relocating to the Sonoma County area and I ask them what do they know about Sonoma County. So often I get, well, I've heard of this town called Sebastopol. And it kind of cracks me up because it's a pretty small town, but it is just really getting well known outside of our area. So I'm going to give you kind of the ups and downs and the ins and outs of Sebastopol living today. But first, I'm Julie Sullivan with Sullivan Group Real Estate, and we help people move in and out and all around the county year after year. So if you're thinking of relocating or moving within the county, you have questions about Sonoma County or Sonoma County real estate, reach out. We'd love to be your local resource. All right, Sebastopol. What is it? Where is it? What's going on in this town, right? So Sebastopol is located off of Highway 101, which runs right up and down our county. In fact, runs all the way to San Francisco. It's when you cross the Golden Gate Bridge, it's about 55 miles north. You take the Sebastopol exit and you go about 7 miles west, and you've arrived. If you continue on about 15 miles, you're actually at the Pacific Ocean, and it's also about 15 minutes from the Russian River Recreation Area. So kind of a cool location. It is a small country town, for the best way to describe it. Let me give you a little history of Sebastopol. So it's kind of got a cool little history. The town was established in 1902 when the railroads finally connected and got people out to that area. And it was known for its Gravenstein apples. It was actually known as the Gravenstein apple capital of the world, with tons of apple orchards and processing plants. And because of that, the population grew. Up sprang houses and churches and schools and restaurants and hotels and stores. They even at one point had an opera house. But in 1906, the great earthquake, what we call the San Francisco earthquake, hit and pretty much reduced the town to rubble. Kind of a fun fact or not so fun fact, the San Francisco, we call and y'all learn in school, the San Francisco earthquake was actually centered in Sonoma County. So our county took the brunt of that earthquake. But like all cities in the county and around the whole Bay Area, it rebuilt. Over time, the apple orchards were replaced with vineyards and housing developments, and the town has continued to grow. It now is home to great restaurants and wineries and breweries and a wonderful family community. What is there to do in Sebastopol, you ask? There's actually a few things to do. It is not going to be your hub for nightlife and high-end restaurants and high-end shopping and things like that. It is truly a small town and a small country town, and it is very, very proud of those roots. It's kind of known as a quirky town. There's a lot of art and a lot of creativity. People call it the hippie town, but it's probably one of the most welcoming towns in our county. A few things that are kind of fun to check out when you're in Sebastopol is you have to go down Florence Avenue and see the Florence Avenue art. Almost every house on a stretch of Florence Avenue has an amazing sculpture out in the front yard made from recycled, I don't know, it's not recycled trash, it's recycled metal, be it car parts, old appliances, and these are like larger than life, almost cartoonish sculptures painted in these bright colors. And it's just a kick when you drive down the street, and they're very proud of it, and the Florence residents just love their art. The art was made by one couple that does live on Florence Avenue, and they put one out years ago, and then the next door neighbor asked for one, and the next door, and now, like I said, the whole block has this artwork displayed in their front yard. Kind of fun, kind of quirky, kind of fun. There is a great shopping and restaurant district down there called the Barlow. And it's kind of cool because the Barlow is actually housed in the old apple processing plants or warehouses that were refurbished and reconditioned. And now there's just fun shops and breweries and wine tasting and restaurants down in this area that has just become the hub and the central part of Sebastopol. They still have their downtown street, Main Street, which also has some great little shops and restaurants, but the Barlow is really taken over as kind of the hip new place to be. Some of the restaurants in there are awesome, and I don't live in Sebastopol. I'm about 15-minute drive, and we'll just head out there sometimes for dinner because the restaurants are so good. We love Blue Ridge Kitchen. Some of the best fried chicken I've had in this county. Their burgers, they have got like handcrafted cocktails and just a fun vibe, open kitchen. You can watch them cooking. There's the Fern Bar. It's kind of more of a bar-centered restaurant. Again, the cocktails are off the hook. You know, they put all the fresh produce and stuff inside your cocktails, and they have a really kind of cool, innovative menu that changes up. A couple fun breweries is Woodford Brewery. They make their own beer. They've got kind of a pub-style menu. The food's good, fun atmosphere. There's Crooked Goat Brewing. They have like all these different seasonal beers. They like open up the walls of their restaurant to this big outdoor patio, and they have music a lot in the summer and fall when the weather's really nice. And they actually just import food from the other surrounding restaurants, which is kind of a great idea. There's a couple Mexican places in there that are super good. La Cucina Mexican food kind of pays homage to all like the street food, the street eats of Mexico. Great tacos, great place. What else is in there? Good wine tasting. Oh, I got this cool place where you buy a card, and then they have these like wine dispensers, and you just go down the wall and pour yourself whatever kind of wine you want to taste. It's like self-serve wine tasting. It's really a kick and a good time. So there's that, and then there's some wonderful art galleries and art stores and clothing boutiques and home decor, and it's just a fun place to go wander around. There's a pizza place, there's ice cream, there's a little something for everybody. They have street fairs in there and bring in other vendors during the nice weather months when Sonoma County pretty much lives outside. Another cool thing is the Laguna de Santa Rosa. It's the largest wetland complex in Sonoma County, and it's also a tributary to the Russian River. There's tons of hiking and biking trails all through the wetlands where you can take in the beautiful scenery, and you'll see a lot of wildlife, a lot of birds. The occasional four-legged critter might scurry by. So that's really a fun way to spend a nice afternoon. Go grab some food at one of the local restaurants or markets and have a picnic out there and enjoy your afternoon. And then gotta eat a Gravenstein apple, right? Actually, they are some of the best apples for baking, applesauce, and just for slicing. They're really, really excellent apple if you've never had one. So living in Sebastopol, what is this all about? Well, the population is only about 8,000 people. It is one of our pricier areas to live. It's gained so much popularity, but I think the median home price is a little bit skewed, and I'll tell you why in a second. The median home price is almost $1 million, but you can buy something in Sebastopol, like close in town, in the 500, 600,000s, and then they will have these like, $8, $9, $10 million properties on the outskirts, like country properties with acreage and vineyards, and I think that kind of skews the median price, but when I look up the stats, that's where it is sitting, so that's what I have to report, but don't let that scare you away. I think there's a wide variety of housing out in Sebastopol. I think this is really cool. The median age, life expectancy, or how old you're gonna live if you live out in Sebastopol is 84. So I think that speaks a lot to the quality of life that you get when you're out there. Like I said, it's a pretty quiet, small town. Nightlife is pretty non-existent. There might be a little bit of music, like I said, at some of the breweries, but by dark, they're wrapping up. Hot Monk is a restaurant outside of the Barlow, kind of a block or two over. Great restaurant, and they too have a huge, like, covered outdoor area, and they will have music into the night. Other than the occasional band in a bar or something, that about wraps up the nightlife. So the whole town rolls up pretty early. It's pretty family-centered, a wide array from young families to retirees and everything in between. The schools are highly rated and highly touted. There's a lot of school pride. Annalee High School is the only high school out there, and that community rallies behind those kids and rallies behind the school and the arts and the sports and anything those kids are doing at that high school. It is supported by the whole community, which is so cool to see. So you have to say, go Tigers, right? And that school has been open, I want to say since like 1904. Annalee High School has been around. So it's one of the oldest high schools in the county as well. So if small town living, easy living, tree-lined streets, white picket fences, wide streets is your cup of tea, Sebastopol could be the place for you. If you're looking for a faster pace, newer homes, there's not a lot of new builds out in Sebastopol. Most of the homes are older. Some have just been beautifully renovated over the years. Others are in more original condition, probably making them a little more affordable. But if that's more up your alley, check out Sebastopol. You just may love it. I love heading out there for an afternoon or a day. I just think it's got the coolest vibe. If you liked this video, click like, subscribe to our channel, ding the bell. We drop videos every week about everything Sonoma County and everything Sonoma County real estate. We'd love to help you in your next move. Hope to see you soon. Bye.